the... Talk, Greg, leading up to this one has been about the impact of the backcourt.
And that's where it all starts. When you have a confident and competent backcourt, it just opens up a lot of things for you offensively.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. White in at shooting guard, with Brown playing small forward. The post pair, Tatum and Porzingis. And it's Holiday in at the one spot. Brown jams it in!
Oh, my goodness. How about that move by Jaylen Brown? That is spectacular.
Anunoby, good.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Tatum. Sinks the triple.
How about the answer from Jason Tatum? Say it with your chest, Jason.
Brunson outside. Pass to Towns. Back to Brunson. Towns a screen on Holiday. From deep, Brunson. Boston grabs the miss. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. And when Porzingis goes to work inside, Doris, there are not a lot of answers for his size.
We know, Kevin, obviously, that post-ups become less and less a part of the game, but still an important one opportunistically. And you talk about efficiency in the post, that is Kristaps Porzingis. But not only that, the mid-range game is there, the three-point game is there, and the defense is there.
You can't afford to let Hart get going from deep. He's ready to shoot it when given the opportunity.
Outside, White. Puts up a three. It's rebounded by Towns. New York's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Anunoby off target with his three. Boston's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Back to Tatum. The 19-foot shot. Boston, no good that time either.
And it didn't fall, but that's the kind of shot they want their offense to create.
You know, it can be frustrating when you make the right play and fail to reap the rewards. You just have to stay with it here.
And the way he was able to reach out towards that release had an impact.
Well, no question. He altered that shot, and most of the time, that's just as good as blocking it.
For New York, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, D.A.?
Kevin, thanks. Jaylen Brown has put it all together. He said, I'm figuring out my spots to be aggressive. That's in my DNA. But also showing how I've grown. Being a great screener, delivering passes on time and on target. That's important to being a great teammate. I'm focused on being a better basketball player. Kevin?
Yeah, and he's a smart one too, right, David? He is something else. Outstanding stuff, D.A., as always. Bridges against Brown. Towns, the screen to the right side. 5 to shoot. The three, and he's good on the 3-ball.
This is a big, but we know stretches the floor to great effect. Mr. Towns from 3.
Doris, the way this Knicks roster was put together, they have a great level of physicality.
Kevin, if you think about it, with the way the rules are starting to trend back toward that level of physicality, they've got an opportunity to be successful. They also have a big-time star in Jalen Brunson, so there's a lot to like about the future.
And here is Anunoby, following the 3 from Drew Holiday. Back to Anunoby. Hart with the screen for Anunoby. Towns for 3, and the Knicks hit again from deep.
Boy, you like to see that kind of competitiveness from Karl Anthony Towns. You know this this guy is going to settle the score with a three of his own.
The three from Tatum. And again, Boston with the triple.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end. Such a multi-talented threat on the offensive end, and you love his confidence.
Brunson against White. Pass to Holiday. Launches a three. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
You want to be an NBA point? Take notes on Holiday running that pick and roll. Sometimes taking it yourself is the best option.
Anunoby has the open look. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. New York ahead. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Knicks.
We've got a bunch of this game yet to be played, but they're shooting it well from the three-point line. That's got to be a welcome sight.
And their assist total, also impressive early, creating with the pass and playing for teammates.
On the court for the Celtics, the post pair, Tatum and Porzingis. White in at shooting guard, with Brown playing small forward. And it's Holiday in at the point guard. Now here's Porzingis, still scoreless. Fouled in the act of shooting, gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him. That sends Porzingis to the free throw line. That one is on Towns. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. Doris, it's great to see the excitement that surrounds women's basketball currently, isn't it?
It's great, Kevin, that these incredible players with a high skill level are being acknowledged, not only for that skill, but the quality of play, the competitive spirit of these women. They have worked as hard, and they should get as much recognition.
Now White, after OG Anunoby missed from long range. From the baseline, and the jumper falls for him. Tatum's got 8. And we played just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. Towns, a screen on Howard. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
Here's Tatum. And again, it's Boston converting.
Yeah, you have to be able to take mid-range jumpers at times. I know it's not a high-value shot, but for Tatum, sometimes that's what the defense gives him.
You know, Doris, from the moment Jason Tatum entered the NBA, he has been the guy on his team. How big a burden do you think that is for a player to carry?
Well, Jason Tatum, regardless of how much responsibility he has always worn it gracefully. This young man, from the time he was a little kid in St. Louis, has dreamed of leading an NBA team. He is doing exactly that.
Now, Brunson, after the missed three from Derek White. Brunson finds Towns. Back to Brunson. 6 to shoot. Pass to Towns. That falls. Nice feed that time from Brunson. Brunson's got 4 assists in the game. And so Holiday will bring it up for the Celtics. Porzingis sets the pick for Brown. A three-pointer off the mark. New York's gone 7 of 15 from three-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot. Towns sets the pick for Brunson. And again, New York with the triple.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Now here is Holiday. He's got 6. Brown inside the line. And again, unable to change momentum here. The Knicks leading by 3. And their offense is really clicking right now.
Playing with a lot of energy and really taking it to the defense.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Towns. That'll be a 5-second call. A minute 42 left in the first half of the game. GA, these Boston Celtics are unquestionably a top-tier offensive unit.
Stupendous shooting, excellent instincts with the ball. Yeah, they are a model offense in many ways, making it tough for many teams to keep up with them.
Brown.
And with the monster finish, he stops an 11-0 run by the Knicks.
Here's Anunoby. They grab their own miss. Hart kicks to Brunson. Towns against Porzingis. A 3-ball. Rebound by Drew Holiday. Celtics trail by 3. There's 53 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. On the wing, Brown. Pass to Holiday. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Holiday's got 8.
And you have to be right up on Holiday. When you're not, he's ready to take those quick shots.
Towns, a screen on Holiday. Brunson kicks to Towns. Hart with the screen for Anunoby. The three-pointer, no good. For Boston, they've gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting. And there's a whistle. That goes on Mikal Bridges. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Pritchard. Hauser the pass to Pritchard. The tray. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Knicks lead by 1. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Coach. This team is still developing. What do they need to do to really reach their max?
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports.
For the fan half-court shot. They're thinking about the shot.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You know, guys, Jason Tatum has really been making it happen.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
PJ Tucker is out there with Wright. Then there's Miles McBride. Then there's Achua. And it's Kolek in at the point guard position. So that's who Tom Thibodeau starts the second half with. Now Achua following Al Horford's three-point attempt. Here's Hauser, defended by McBride. From past the arc, Horford no luck.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
You know, DB, I imagine any lineup could benefit from a veteran guy like Al Horford.
Boy, you just look at how younger guys on the team lean on Al. He guides them through any number of experiences. He's been a pro's pro from the moment he entered the league, and he's still having an impact with his defensive ability and range shooting.
New York foul. First personal foul.
Stolen by Tucker.
Oh, that was slick right there. Great timing to come up with that.
Pass to Kolek. It's right on the wing. Still yet to score. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Tucker. And Shireman pulls it down.
I think this is a spot he has got to become more consistent from if you want to command the defender's respect.
Here's Pritchard. It's deflected, and he's able to get it back. Left side, Horford. The second chance effort, and that's 2 points on the layup. Hauser's got his first points in this one.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Pass to Tucker. There's a screen by Achua. A nice shot by Tucker. Tucker's got the lead up to 8 now for the Knicks.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Here's Pritchard. And Greg has it in the corner. Can't get the bucket from 20 feet out.
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
Celtics trail by 8. Doors, some great shooters on this Boston team, but at times, don't you think they settle from the perimeter?
Well, Kevin, obviously, this is a coaching staff that puts a heavy emphasis on three-point shooting. They led the league in makes, they led the league in attempts. But obviously, your two best players, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, with their size and athleticism and driving ability, you want to try to find the right balance. They do a great job of that.
Offensive rebound, outside, Horford. Puts up a deep three. They shoot again, and there's a nice layup by Craig.
Boy, the work ethic on the offensive glass just refuses to give up on that possession.
New York leading by 6. Tucker a screen, and Wright kicks it to Tucker. Hits it from three-point range. Tucker's got 12 points here in the second half.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And right now, Greg, he is doing a great job delivering for this team, productive and efficient.
Here's Shireman. Nothing on the board. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
McBride passes to Achua. Here's Tucker. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Celtics trail by 9. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's Hauser, guarded by Wright, from deep three-point territory. Hauser misses.
Tough to hit that shot when the D is all over you like that.
Here's Kolek. And a miss there on the triple. Now, here's Craig. Pass to Pritchard. The three. Good on the three-point shot. Got it off in time. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. New York ahead, up by 6. And we're coming right back. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Well, this is exactly what you're looking for from your point guard. Survey the floor, serve it up on time and on target.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. On the court for the Celtics, Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. The small and power forwards, the star pair of Brown and Tatum. And it's Porzingis in at the center position. Pass to Tucker from downtown. Down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor.
Well, he's really finding his rhythm. Tucker lighting it up at an unusual pace tonight.
Outside Tatum. Brown dishes to Tatum. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Here's McBride. White covering. McBride passes to Achua. There's the 3. Rebound Boston. Tatum's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Tatum taking it in, and the dunk by Tatum.
This guy is such a gifted offensive player. Jason Tatum, tough to handle off the dribble drive.
Achua, no good. Celtics trail by 7. Here's White. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. White's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. New York has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. The kick out to Wright. Porzingis with the steal, and here they come. The 3 from Tatum. The Knicks pull it in. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Tucker a screen, and the foul called on Porzingis. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
So New York ends up going with the new group. Brunson scanning the floor. Here's Anunoby. Sinks the three-pointer. And the Knicks lead by 7.
OG Anunoby increasingly dangerous with his jumper. Nice catch and shoot opportunity there.
Tatum with a screen on Bridges. A shot by Holiday. Nobody around. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
That's a 2 from Towns. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. And so Holiday will bring it up for Boston. 6-point game. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. The layup off target. Brunson against Brown. Here's Anunoby. The shot's good on the assist by Brunson. Anunoby's got the lead up to 9 now for the Knicks.
Don't lose track of OG Anunoby. He's put in real time to make that jumper legit.
Holiday with the 3. Another miss by Holiday. The Knicks have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. Towns sets the pick for Brunson. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
And that, to me, is a sign of excellent coaching. There's an attention to detail. There is valuing of every possession.
Brunson against Holiday. Brunson outside. Misses the 3. Celtics trail by 10. Tatum with it. Brunson picks him up. Takes a step back. Tatum passes to White. Tatum setting the pick for White. Out to Porzingis. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by Anunoby. This game looks like they've got it just about wrapped up.
Yeah, just got to work that clock and take care of the ball.
Fires for 3. Offensive rebound. Back to Brunson. There's a good screen from deep. Hart the pass to Bridges. Towns the screen. Anunoby drops in the tray. And the Knicks lead by 13.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
Well, for all intents and purposes, this game is over. Just a matter of time here.
So no problem for New York as they get the win. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step.
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it baked. Kinda like the view with the dice and me, top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let
A battle. Big men, grab some popcorn for this face-off at the center position tonight, Grant.
Oh, no question, B.A. I mean, these bigs bring the size and skill. Who has more tools in their toolkit? I mean, we're about to find out.
A look at Cleveland's opening lineup. Garland and Mitchell, the talented 1 and 2. At the 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Mobley and Allen. And it's Okoro in at the 3. Now here's Brunson, 5 on the clock. Launches it, buries it from 3.
You know, some threes look better than others, and Brunson's lefty stroke from 3 is a beautiful thing.
Next lead, 3-0.
Anunoby against Mitchell. Outside Garland, from outside the arc. Towns with a rebound.
I'm not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
It's never easy from that distance, but we see him drill those and shoot around all the time.
Oh, no, I know he can make it, but that's warm-ups, so maybe just a step too far.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Here's Brunson outside. Can't get a second shot to fall, now 1 of 2. Cleveland has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Well, I don't think anyone predicted that Jalen Brunson would become the player he is today, Grant.
Yeah, that's for sure, B.A. Or he definitely wouldn't have been a second-round pick. He's a hard worker, a competitor, and an elite offensive player.
Bridges outside. First quarter and about a minute and a half in. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Knicks will retain possession. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Tom Thibodeau gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. We talked about how his team is prepared to defend against Darius Garland, and Coach said we need to communicate and stay on our toes defensively, whether it's scoring or passing the ball. Garland is a creative player who knows how to manipulate opposing defenses. We should be able to hear his defense talking tonight, guys.
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. Here's Brunson outside. Hits the trifecta. Brunson's got 6.
Shooting while in rhythm, Brunson now becoming troublesome.
Next lead, 8.
The 3 from Mitchell. And it's New York with a rebound.
Man, you get so caught up in the bravado of someone scoring on you and you wanting to even the score. Unfortunately, he couldn't answer back.
The Cavs have gone 1 for 3 so far. Knocks down the long J.
Yeah, this is why defenses must be right up on Mitchell or he'll burn you off the pass.
Pass to Bridges. 3-pointer. Basket is good. Off the assist from Brunson.
Oh, you gotta love the back and forth, showing real confidence at the arc.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Now here's Mobley. Outside Mitchell. Mobley, a screen on Anunoby. Mitchell drives in. Allen outside. Oh, he tries a 3. It's another 3 for Cleveland.
That is far beyond his usual range. Wow, Allen catching that stretch big fever.
Towns for 3. He's rebounded by Okoro. The Cavs trailing. Pass to Mitchell. There's the triple. Mitchell can't get that one to fall.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Brunson against Garland. Brunson on the drive. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Give him 8.
Now, guys don't want to guard someone like Jalen Brunson. He just keeps coming.
Mobley with it. 1:14 left in the first. And yep, it's good.
Didn't have to lean. Not a defender on him, but he looked very much in rhythm doing it.
Brunson taking his time here. Let's go with a 3. Donovan Mitchell with a board. And it's Mitchell with the ball for the Cavaliers. Trailing by 2. Garland, no good. Anunoby with it. He's picked up by Garland. Inside. Here's Hart. Ooh, good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
Can't let someone like Hart get inside the D just asking to get burned.
Anunoby against Mitchell. To the paint. Here's Mobley. That one's good. Mitchell making the play.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Now Brunson. Give him 8. 12 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Towns on a screen. Pass to Bridges. The 3 ball. Knocks it down from distance. Bridges has got 6 points.
That's nice vision there. You see that pass, you make the feed before the defense has a chance to react, and that opens up a much better opportunity to score.
Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. All right, guys, what do you think so far about the offensive approach for the Knicks?
Yeah, their early focus on outside scoring has paid off. They're finding plenty of points from three-point land.
Well, they've really attacked off of the turnovers, so leaking out and capitalizing on fast break stuff.
Karl Anthony Towns is out there with Josh Hart. Then there's Jalen Brunson. Then it's Mikal Bridges. And it's Anunoby in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group for New York starting the second. Okoro. Mitchell up top. Mitchell at close range. Effortless.
They're such a strong guy. Donovan Mitchell plays bigger than his listed 6'1" height.
When the Knicks are having a good season, it is amazing how excited their fans get, Brent.
Well, it's been generations, BA, that have been salivating for this franchise to get back to its winning ways. The last championship came in 1973, so as a fan, you can't help but get fired up when there's a chance at a title run.
Yeah, picking his spots. Bridges does a great job of letting the game come to him.
From deep, Mitchell. And it's New York with a rebound. Towns has got 6 rebounds in the game. And Anunoby for 3. Yes, and a nice assist from Brunson. Brunson's got 3 assists now in this one.
That's pretty much not how they want to defend the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
And the shot is good by Garland.
Well, Garland's able to work around the defense that time. Pretty agile from the small guard.
Brunson against Garland. Towns a screen on Garland. Fires the 3. And again, New York with the triple.
Oh, what a crafty move, causing the defender to pause right there.
4-3. The Knicks pull it in. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Lets the 3 fly. And the rebound goes to Cleveland. Mitchell's got 4 rebounds now from deep three-point land. Oh, Mitchell hits a rainmaker.
Defensively, you know Mitchell wants to get to the rim. You play it that way, then he pulls the string on you.
It's a 3-on-3 fast break. For 3. The shot misses. Knicks leading by 6. Bridges, left side. Pass to Brunson. Bridges, a screen on Mitchell. Here's Brunson outside. Not on target. 4 for 9 in this one. For Cleveland, they've gone 3 for 7 here in the second quarter. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Brunson.
I'll tell you what, they're really fortunate there. Those long bomb passes usually spell disaster, but they get away with one there.
Oh, Donovan Mitchell, just electric.
Yeah, nothing you can do about that. I mean, Mitchell finds airspace and fills it.
And that's a foul called on Isaac Okoro. That's his first foul of the game. But Grant, with players getting bigger and more athletic, do you support moving the restricted area out?
Yeah, B.A., I would. We've seen a lot of injuries when defenders slide underneath elevated players on the drive. So cutting down that risk makes a lot of sense.
And that's a foul called on OG Anunoby. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
3 3 minutes of action thus far in the second. Here's Mitchell. For three, Allen. That one's good. Mitchell making the play. Allen's got 6.
And that's easy pickings right there. Leave someone that wide open, and Mitchell's not going to miss them.
From deep, Mobley. Out to Garland. Pass to Mobley. The 3. And from the field after that one, 3 for 4 now.
As a big, unless you're a dedicated rim runner, have to be some kind of threat from distance.
Oh, got that one up quick. Towns has gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
Anything you can do, I can do better. That one felt a little personal right there.
Yeah, again, you can't take this too far to make it too selfish, but that exchange, that's fun to watch.
Bridges finds Anunoby. Takes the 3. Out to Bridges. Ooh, stolen by Allen. From deep, Mitchell. From outside, Mitchell is good.
And the fans love it. And Mitchell certainly seems to be enjoying himself on the offensive end.
It's Bridges on the wing. 32 seconds left in the second period. And it's Bridges with the jam.
And nobody putting out much of an effort to stop him.
Surprising, in a close game, a lack of energy on defense.
On one side, inspiration. On the other,
Oh, wow! Wow! With authority!
Hey, look at everybody. That's got this place going.
Put that one-man show on Broadway.
That's one way to go with the alley-oop. And Anunoby gets it to go. There's 10 seconds left to play in the first half. Oh, and Mitchell powers it home! These teams have really gone back and forth.
Yeah, 5 lead changes already. This one's going to be a battle for sure.
Just a big-time effort for Donovan Mitchell, providing a lot of energy for the Cavaliers. Hit a couple from down. Allie, as always, thank you. We'll be right back to begin the third quarter right after this. After a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one, as both teams trying to gain an edge. What a game we're seeing from Donovan Mitchell.
I like how they control the tempo and play to his strengths.
Yeah, this is going that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
On the court for the Cavaliers. At the 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Mobley and Allen. Garland and Mitchell, the talented 1 and 2. And it's Okoro in at the small forward. Here's Kolek. Outside Tucker. From behind the arc. The Cavaliers pull it in. Hunter with the ball. Now right defending. Thompson, a screen on Tucker. Here's Wade. Thompson passes to Merrill. Here's the 3. Drops in the 3. Merrill's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Outside Tucker. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. The Cavaliers lead by 3. Pass to Jerome. From deep three-point land. Offensive board. It's Merrill on the wing. From the arc. It's rebounded by McBride. New York has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. And Kolek gets it to go.
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
Pass to Wade. Takes a 3. Drains the triple. And the Cavaliers lead by 3.
These teams are finding the range, showing a lot of confidence.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Now Tucker. Shot clock at 6. Beyond the arc. Thompson pulls it in. And so Thompson will bring it up for the Cavaliers. And that's going to be a turnover. They call him for the 8 seconds.
Tough one. In a game where every possession is valuable, turnovers can make the difference.
Here's Kolek. Tucker up top. This one for 3. Thompson pulls it in. Thompson's got 4 rebounds now. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Knicks trail by 3. Outside Tucker. Releases. New York again can't hit.
I mean, he's trying to shoot his way out of what's becoming a prolonged cold streak.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
No one covering. McBride's got his first 3 points of the game.
And just Shakespearean there, a smart read. Saw the defense was collapsing inside, so he wisely pulled up from the outside and drilled it.
For New York, they've gotten only 2 of 7 shots to go in the third quarter. Tucker, no good.
Something's off about him this quarter.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect.
Oh, my goodness!
Oh, man.
Powered it home!
Not fair at all. That's the type of move that you see in a dunk contest.
Takes great confidence to alley-oop to yourself.
It sure does.
Here's McBride. He buries it from 3. McBride's got 6 here in the quarter.
I'm not sure who is supposed to be guarding him. Ridiculous laps there defensively.
Wade misses. The Knicks have gone cold here in this third quarter. Just 3 of 9. Pass to Kolek. For the lead. Now here's Wright. Achua with a screen on Hunter. And it's Wright missing. The Cavaliers leading. Down low. It's stolen. And here we go. The Knicks in transition. Tucker with the ball. Now Thompson defending. The 3 is up. It's rebounded by Wade.
He just keeps firing from distance. I know he's trying to heat up, but at what cost?
Here's Merrill. Off the mark there with a 3. Merrill's gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. The Knicks rebound. Ooh, they pick off the pass. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Thompson. Hey, from beyond the arc. He drops it from range. Thompson's got 8 points.
That time Tristan Thompson thinking quick and taking the jumper when he had the chance.
Sinks it from distance. Hunter against Wright. Hunter, a screen on Tucker. Back to Hunter. Gets it up. No good. Would have counted had it gone. And we've reached the end of the third quarter. Just a terrific game thus far. Cleveland. We've reached the fourth quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. And New York has possession. They've got Jalen Brunson. Karl Anthony Towns is out there with Josh Hart. Then it's OG Anunoby, and it's Bridges in at the 2. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. Brunson misses.
Well, maybe not the best shot against that kind of defense, but he still has the ability to knock that kind of shot down.
Here's Garland. Out to Mobley. Allen outside. Pass to Mitchell. And stolen by Bridges. Hart with a screen on Mobley. Anunoby for 3. Pure from 3-point range. And the Knicks lead by 1. And taking a quick gander here at the hustle stats for the Knicks.
Well, their D has been a major story tonight. I mean, those steals and putting pressure on the ball, clogging the passing lanes, impressive.
Something else that has stood out is their up-tempo offense. And these guys have been on the track all game long. They're creating high percentage looks, getting out there on the fast break.
The drive by Garland. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Pretty effective off the bounce there. Garland quick, and that got him to the rack.
Towns a screen on Garland. Garland against Brunson. Out to Bridges. Towns a screen on Mitchell. Three-pointer, Bridges. And the rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Mobley against Towns. Allen, the pass to Mitchell. Allen with a screen on Hart. From deep, Mitchell. On the wing, Mitchell. Can't nail the jumper.
McGee giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
Bridges against Mitchell. Bridges passes to Hart. Towns a screen on Mobley. Hart can't hit. Cleveland has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter. The three from Okoro. The Knicks pull it in. Hart's got 4 rebounds in the game. And an Obi for 3. Nails it from 3.
Just incredible. I mean, he's really making it rain out there, knocking them down one after another.
Kind of like he's in his living room right now. He's found a comfort zone. Once he gets that, the defense knows they're in trouble.
Bridges against Mitchell. The 3. Again, the miss by Mitchell. New York leading by 4. Hart with a screen on Garland. Brunson against Garland. Brunson passes to Towns. Jacks up at 3. Mobley grabs the board. For Cleveland, they've got 1 out of 6 shots to fall in this final quarter. Not ideal. Mitchell with the ball, and Bridges picks him up defensively. Allen, right side. He puts up a 3, and the basket's good. Off the assist from Garland. Garland's got 3 assists in the game.
When you need one bad, go to a high percentage shooter, and Allen is that guy.
Towns on a screen. And Obi for 3. That one's good. 7 for 10 now.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by now. Garland with a screen on Anunoby. And it's Mitchell, the miss.
I think if I was coaching these guys right now, especially him, I'd tell him, you take one more three-point shot, and we're going to have some conversations here side by side.
Towns, a screen on Mitchell. There's the 3. They get it again. Kicks it out to Anunoby. 6 on the shot clock. The 3 is up. The rebound by Allen. And it's Allen with the ball for the Cleveland Cavaliers. From deep, Mitchell. Out to Garland. From downtown. Oh, he nails it! Oh, what a sensational bucket! That brings him within 1. And I think we'll see him milk the clock a bit.
Yeah, seems like the heady move right now.
Outside Hart. Lets it go from deep. And the rebound goes to Cleveland. He sinks the clutch free throw. And so he's good on both free throws, and that gives him a lead.
You might want to think twice before sending him to the line again. He gets locked in when the game gets close.
And we'll have a timeout called by Tom Thibodeau. Critical moment here. He's not taking any chances. How do you think this is going to play out?
It's always interesting to see what play a coach has saved for a situation like this.
And sometimes not just what a coach draws up, but who he has execute in these moments.
Tucker with a screen. Fires the 3. Misses the 3. And so the big win by Cleveland in a tight game. With the late victory, they upset plenty of these hometown fans.
They really should take this win to heart.
Ash at the center position.
Yeah, and Kevin, the way the game has changed, we don't see these kind of big men matchups much anymore. And so it's great to see one where two great big guys going at it, and they're going to go after each other.
And Stan, you know what you're talking about. You've had the opportunity to coach some great big men.
Oh, I have. I had Shaquille O'Neal, Dwight Howard, Andre Drummond. I seem to always have good centers.
Look at Cleveland's starting group. A loaded backcourt. It's Garland and Mitchell. A lot of length inside. It's Mobley and Allen in the post. And it's Okoro in at the three, the small forward. And here is Mitchell. Following Porzingis' three. This one for three. Okoro's shot is off. We've seen a quick start here for the Celtics. It's a 5-point game. They get the rebound. Brown wide open. He fires. Drills it from outside.
Well, when Brown's hitting the three, it really opens up this offense.
And Coach Derek White spent his first 4.5 seasons with the Spurs and Coach Greg Popovich, who did a lot to boost his confidence.
Yeah, Kevin, White was a late first-round pick. He's a humble guy, very hardworking. I don't even think he realized he could be this good.
Porzingis sets the pick for Holiday. Up top, Brown, covered by Okoro.
Well, that's a miss you can live with. I expect they'll go to it again, especially if the defense continues to concede it.
Mitchell wide open. Rebounded by the Celtics.
Well, the defense just dared him to take that one. Poor execution on their part, but they got lucky.
Here's White. No good on the three.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
A nice shot by Okoro. Boston's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Holiday looking for an opening. Trains it from beyond the arc.
Gotta respect the range of Holiday if you're the D, showing he can hurt you from that area.
And here's Mitchell from the arc. Allen kicks to Okoro. A basket good off the assist from Allen. Okoro's got 5 now.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Left side, Tatum. Brown with a screen on Mobley. And there's the bucket from Tatum.
Using his teammates, Tatum creates just enough daylight to get off a shot.
Allen with the screen for Mobley. Off target from outside. Celtics leading by 5. A minute 42 left to play in the first. From outside the arc, it's hauled in by Brown. Boston's gone 3 of 5 from three-point land so far in the ballgame. Here's Porzingis. Off target with the free throw line, Jay.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots.
Dan, you talk about a stacked roster. It's hard to find many weaknesses for the Celtics.
Yeah, Kevin, there's a reason the Executive of the Year award went to Boston's front office last season. The Celtics are built right, and they're built to last.
A superb pass from Garland. He's all for setting up his teammate.
Porzingis with a screen on Mobley. Mobley against Tatum. Pass to Brown. Three-pointer. And another miss by Boston. And so it's Mitchell who brings up the ball for Cleveland. Trailing by 2. The Celtics have gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11.
And that passing ability really helps separate Tatum from so many others because the defense has to focus on his ability to score.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
Pass to Brown. Outside Tatum. Lets it go with a three. It doesn't go for him. And a high-scoring first quarter. Both teams really filling it up. It's the Celtics leading by a point. And the second quarter about... And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. What do you guys think about the Celtics here in this one?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, but it's hard to keep that kind of intensity for the entire game. But if they can come close to that, they'll be in a great spot.
And so in the game for the Cavaliers, a lot of length inside. It's Mobley and Allen in the post. A loaded backcourt. It's Garland and Mitchell. And it's Okoro in at the three spot. When Donovan Mitchell, Greg, is on the floor, he is the offense.
Yeah, and that goes beyond just his ridiculous scoring. It gets overlooked that he's also a skilled passer. So one way or another, Mitchell is finding points out there.
Well, so many bigs excel from three-point range these days, and he's right up there with the best of them.
Mitchell pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Mitchell's got 5 points now in the quarter. Holiday, the pass to Porzingis. Back to Holiday. Screen by Porzingis. Pulls up. The shot by Holiday, no good. Cavaliers leading. It's Allen on the wing. Guarded by Porzingis. Allen shot is off. Boston's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Garland against Holiday. Garland, no good.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Shoots the three. The shot by Holiday, no good. Cleveland's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. White against Mitchell. Kicks it out to Garland. Here's Mobley. And Boston with the rebound.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Yeah, they might want to draw something up here to get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line. Sometimes that's all it takes to snap a cold streak.
And Porzingis will make you pay if you collapse off of him. That's just inviting trouble.
Pass to Okoro. Mobley sets the pick for Okoro. Loads it up there for Mobley. And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession. The Celtics with the lead. Tatum passes to Brown. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far.
My goodness. Brown with the massive throwdown.
Mitchell, this is to Allen. Three-pointer on the way. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Allen's got 6. Here we are, Stan, seeing more and more great international players in the NBA. And you've had a chance to coach some of the good ones as well.
Well, yeah, look, Kevin, you're right about the league now. We see every year, it seems like, the MVP is an international player. I had Hito Turkoglu was a big part of what we did in Orlando. Was a most improved player in the league one year and a key part of our team that made it to the finals. 6'10", highly skilled, very versatile guy. There are great players coming from everywhere in the world. Yeah, I'm not sure that's the look they want. It's tough working the mid-range area.
Allen finds Mobley. There's the triple. And a great assist by Allen as that one goes in.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest at the arc.
Tatum wide open. He fires one. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by White. And here is Brown. He's got 8. Outside Tatum. Jacks up a 3. And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. That is his first foul of the game.
Sometimes it's just better to concede a rebound instead of fighting through the guy and getting called for over the back.
Yeah, that's a careless foul. Look, you like that he's being aggressive, but you also have to be disciplined.
Tillman, he's checked in for Porzingis. And so White will bring it up for Boston. It's to Holiday. Lets the 3 fly, and that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%.
What focus there from Holiday on the shot. He really makes the most of his looks.
For 3, Hunter. And Boston with the rebound. Tatum's got rebound number 5 here tonight. On the wing, Holiday. He has 6, and the 3 ball is good.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
Pass to Hauser. Fires from deep. Hunter with some nice defense.
Doesn't register.
Got it! Oh, what a hit!
That is such a tough shot.
How about that shot to beat the clock? That one covered some distance.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Celtics lead by 3. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Donovan Mitchell really making a difference here.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room because you're right. He's the problem right now.
They've got Torrey Craig. He's out there with Horford. And it's Pritchard in a point. And that's the group for Joe Mazzulla as we begin the second half.
Well, the defense just gave him that shot, and he wasn't able to convert. Very disappointing.
And how about the awareness Hunter possesses? Understands when one of his guys has an opportunity.
And Stan, here we are watching DeAndre Hunter. What impresses you most about his game?
Well, I like how steady he has been since he came into the league. I like the fact that he's a guy who can make shots but doesn't need the ball a lot. And I especially like, Kevin, that he's just a guy who figures out what needs to be done, and he's willing to do any of it to help his team win.
What a great intangible, right? To shift during a game and, like you said, give the team what they need at that moment. Pass to Pritchard. Here's the 3. Thompson with the rebound. Cleveland's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. And he drops it in from the low post. Jerome's got the lead up to 2 now for the Cavs. It's Craig, top of the key. Craig sets a screen. Shireman from outside off the mark. For Cleveland, they've gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Here's Hauser. He's defended by Merrill. Horford with the screen on Thompson. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Well, Cleveland shooting a mediocre 41% in this one. Hunter, no good.
Boy, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Here's Craig. Here he goes. Count it. Craig's got the game tied up here for Boston.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
On its way from Hunter for 2. The Cavaliers again can't hit. Here's Shireman. He has yet to score. To the wing on the left. Here's Hauser. And the call will be against Al Horford. That is his first foul of the game.
An elite distributor for a big man. Horford is the kind of guy you want to play basketball with.
The Cavaliers trail by 3. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
Well, that one stings. In a game where every possession counts, he just gave one away.
Glad we got the chance to see that remarkable rejection.
And in a close game, blocks like that are so clutch, and that could be a real difference maker here tonight.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Here's Pritchard. Fires the 3. Thompson with the rebound.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Wade from outside. Once again off the mark by Cleveland. Celtics leading by 3. Craig passes to Pritchard. Outside, Horford. It's good from long range. Horford's got 5 points now in the quarter.
They need that floor spacing ability from Horford. It's big for them when he's knocking down triples.
Once again off the mark by Cleveland. Here's Boston now. It's been 8 unanswered points for him. Craig passes to Horford. And a dunk by Horford.
No chance to shut that one down. Horford's reach made that play unstoppable.
From the arc. The rebound by the Celtics. Horford's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Here's Shireman. Craig against Hunter. Pass to Hauser. Hit by Horford. Lock at 6. On the top of the key, and he comes up with the deuce. And it's a 10-point Celtic lead.
Finding a little rhythm here that they have to like where they're at.
Yeah, you're seeing their offense in a flow. Now it's time for their defense to turn up the heat a little more.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Hunter.
The defense will take that miscommunication. Not even close.
And a whole new group out on the floor for the Celtics. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Tatum's shot is off.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's jacking them up from way out there these days. You want guys to stay within themselves.
Pass to Porzingis. Over Allen. Can't hit from the elbow.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Boston on top, ending the third quarter on a 14-5 run. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Yeah, well, this is the diversification of positions in this league. Everyone does everything now.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks, as always, for joining us. On the court for Cleveland, a loaded backcourt. It's Garland and Mitchell. A lot of length inside. It's Mobley and Allen in the post. And it's Okoro in at the 3. Tatum setting the pick for Holiday. Right side, Tatum. Pass to Brown. Launches it. Rebounded by Allen. Allen's got 6 rebounds here tonight. And Mitchell launches it from deep. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
And guys, we know Mitchell can fill it up in a hurry, which is what makes him so much fun to watch.
Porzingis sets the pick for Tatum, and they call an illegal screen here.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
And here's Garland for 3. The rebound by the Celtics. outside Tatum. Shoots over Mobley. Tatum, that's good. And the Celtics lead by 9. It's Garland with the ball for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Here's Mitchell. Good for another field goal. Number 5 in the night. 5 for 10 shooting.
And that's Mitchell at his best. Playing the quarterback on this offense and leaving the D grabbing for air.
And the foul called on Jared Allen. That is his first foul of the game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Holiday gets the bucket.
Guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
Outside Garland. Shot clock at 6. Mobley finds Okoro. Misses the 3, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize. Brown the pass to Tatum. Brown sets a screen for Tatum for 3. Rebounded by Allen. Allen's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And here's Mitchell from the arc. He scores his 6th bucket from the floor with that one. He's shot the ball 11 times.
He has really made an impact from beyond today. That's another triple.
And when you have shooters feeling it from distance, it feels like no lead is safe because points can get put up in a hurry.
Brown kicks to Holiday. Pass to White. Takes a 3. Buries it from three-point range. White's got the lead up to 10 now for the Celtics.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Here's Okoro. Offline with his 3. Boston leading by 10. Brown with it. Garland picks him up. It's Brown with the drive. Brown jams it in.
Terrific finish there from Brown. He goes up strong and absorbs the contact.
Wasted no time on that one.
You cannot leave him alone like that, especially from long range.
The Celtics have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. And Darius Garland picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
1:25 left in the game. Puts up a deep 3. The Cavaliers pull it in. Mobley's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Pass to Okoro. Back to Mobley. Mobley a screen on Tatum. For 3, Mitchell. Offensive rebound. Allen for 3. And it's White with the rebound. Boston's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Fires the 3, and that's good. Kristaps Porzingis for 3. And the Celtics lead by 12.
And you know they feel good giving their fans a show here while taking care of business.
Yep, the crowd gets to go home feeling good about the win tonight. Their team looked impressive.
Tatum with it. From deep three-point land. Can't hit that one. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game.
Guys, let's just go ahead and call this one. It's over.
Yeah, time is not on their side. The score is not on their side. Nothing you can do.
Porzingis passes to White. Outside Holiday. From deep three-point land. Jared Allen grabs the miss. So we see Boston get the win here. Some good moments throughout this one. All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for
expect to see from this guard matchup?
These guys are lethal one-on-one, but I think the key is to keep their teammates involved, playing unselfish basketball.
Now, New York starting 5. Karl Anthony Towns is out there with Josh Hart. Then it's OG Anunoby. Then it's Mikal Bridges. And it's Brunson in at the point guard position. Anunoby can't get it to go. Tipped away. Anunoby against Brown. Porzingis, high post. Fader on the way. He gets it in there.
Well within range for Porzingis. The Latvian probably was thinking these since he was young.
Towns against Porzingis. Goes up on the wing. Hauled in by Brown. White looking it over. Holiday from long range. Doesn't go, and he's 0 for 1 from the floor. And here's New York now. Well, Richard, with the career he's had, it's hard to believe Drew Holiday has only made 2 All-Star teams.
Well, that speaks to how much talent is at the guard position in this league. But it also shows how we tend to award offense over defense because Drew, his impact is truly felt on the defensive end.
Now here's Brunson. Pass to Anunoby. Towns, a screen on Brown. Hits a three-pointer.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Brown. The Knicks pull it in.
Good shot, gone bad. You gotta finish there.
Towns outside. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Three-pointer, Bridges. Porzingis grabs the board.
That is not a guy you want to allow open looks from range. Lucky for the defense, he just couldn't get it to go.
And here's Brown for 3. Towns with a rebound. For New York, they've gone 1 of 5 to start things off. Three-pointer. Knicks keep it alive. Outside Anunoby. Back to Towns. Pass to Hart. Fires for 3. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
Yeah, and for Towns, great awareness at the offensive end.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
I caught up with Coach Joe Mazzulla. I discussed with Coach how difficult it is to guard Jalen Brunson. He initially joked. He said, "You'll have to ask my guys that. Jalen is a really gritty, confident player. We can't let him get into a rhythm early or we're going to be in trouble. We'll have to keep our eye on how well this defense does against Brunson. Guys?"
And Allie, thank you for that. Cut X from downtown.
You know, some threes look better than others, and Brunson's lefty stroke from 3 is a beautiful thing.
From deep. And Tatum is good for 3. Tatum's got 6 points.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Here's Anunoby. Basket is good. Off the assist from Brunson. Already 5 lead changes here.
Speaks to how evenly matched these teams have been thus far.
And when you talk about the Boston Celtics last year, they were historically good, Richard.
Yeah, they have the 4th best net rating ever in the history of the game. That's Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, the MJ Bulls. Shattered the NBA record for offensive rating at 123.1. They were unreal.
Now here's Anunoby. He's got 5, 6 to shoot. Pass to Towns. Back to Anunoby. Puts up a 3. It's hauled in by White.
The green light they gave him early should probably turn red. He needs to get others involved.
To the inside. They kick it out to Porzingis. And again, Boston with the triple.
So smooth off the catch. Porzingis is excellent at judging when to take quick shots.
Towns, a screen on Brown. Out to the right wing. Towns for 3. Holiday grabs the miss. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. And here's Brown for 3. And it's rebounded by Karl Anthony Towns. Towns has got his 4th rebound in this one. Hart from long range. Can't hit. 1 for 2 now. 3 on on three. It could go. No good. Misses at the buzzer. And we've reached the end of the first quarter. It's the Celtics up by... And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through one quarter of action so far. And for Boston guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
It's simple. The main takeaway from the first quarter is they're winning this game with defense.
Making it as difficult as possible for the offense to find clean looks. Great stuff.
Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. The core of this team, Brown and Tatum in the front court. And it's Porzingis in at center. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Now here's Bridges. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Well, Richard, he's the Iron Man of the NBA right now. Mikal Bridges takes pride in being available on a nightly basis.
We've all heard it before. The best ability is availability. And Bridges does whatever it takes to not miss games. More teams need to take this mindset.
Brown against Bridges. Shot clock at 2. Brown can't hit. Knicks trail by 4. Bridges finds Brunson. Outside Hart. Towns a screen on Tatum. Hart from long range gets the 3 to fall. Hart's got 6 points.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You gotta show some fire and keep defending.
Yeah, good execution in close. Holiday likes mixing things up and finishing from this area.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Knicks will retain possession.
Let's just say that was an ill-advised pass there. Very close to a turnover.
We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Outside Brunson. Towns a screen on Holiday. 5 to shoot. Brunson passes to Bridges. Outside Tatum. No good from outside. Knicks trail by 3. Outside Brunson. Pass to Towns. Basket is good. Off the assist from Brunson. Brunson's got 3 assists now in this one.
Oh, the big man is smooth from range. Have to put a man on Towns, that's for sure.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Jaylen Brown is playing with so much confidence. He said, quote, "I feel like I'm a different player. My body has changed. Athletically, I'm entering my prime. I'm more aware on defense and offense. I feel like on both sides of the ball, I'm playing the best basketball of my life."
Well, it shows, Allie, for sure. Aging in the league can be a difficult process, Richard, but that's something you did very well.
Wow, a compliment. Thank you, B.A. Look, I knew I had to adapt or I would have been out of league sooner than I wanted to. You have to be able to adapt or die. That's what this league is about.
Anunoby can't get it to go.
This is the definition of forcing it. He's trying to get himself going, but taking tough shots just won't do it.
Boston again missing.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Launches a 3. Boston with a rebound. Porzingis, high post. KP wrecks the rim.
And put your head down and go to work. That's what they need to do.
Yeah, when the game is up for grabs like this one has been, it's all about the attention to detail.
Now here's Towns. And that misses. That would have put him up.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Here's White. That one's wide left. And so it's Brunson who brings up the ball for New York. Their defense has only allowed 4 points in the quarter. Anunoby against Tatum. High post Towns. Got a piece of it. To the middle. Anunoby for 3. Kept alive. Out to Bridges. Fires from deep. That one's off. He's 0 for 3 now. The Celtics have gotten only 2 of 8 field goals to go in the second. And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it.
So New York ends up going with a whole new group. Tatum from long range. Jason Tatum! He's a sharpshooter!
An accurate shooter from distance. Tatum's teammates want him to keep looking to pull the trigger.
Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
Fires the 3, and Tucker gets it to go. Tucker's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Back to Porzingis. Let's go with a 3. And no good. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. Boston out in front, up 2. Allie, as always, thank you. We'll be back right after the break for the third quarter here on 2K Sports.
And get ready for the fan half-court jump. Drum roll, please. They're picking up the shot.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. One of the stories here, Jason Tatum. Man, is he getting it done today?
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
If they don't change their approach in the second half, let's just say his success will continue.
So on the floor for the Knicks, they've got Precious Achiuwa. P.J. Tucker is out there with DeLon Wright. Then there's Miles McBride, and it's Kolek in at the point. Achiuwa against Horford. Shoots. Hauser, that's good. And the Celtics lead by 4. Knicks shooting only 29% on this one. Not great. Here's Kolek. Pass to Tucker. Here's Wright. Outside McBride. Just 5 to shoot. Oh, a big finish with a one-handed jam.
And despite the height disadvantage, oh my, he just attacks that interior.
Really unfazed. Throw his height right out the window there.
Oh, it's stolen by Tucker. To the paint. Outside McBride. Achiuwa with a screen on Craig. Pass to Kolek. Outside McBride. 4 on the clock. Can't tie it up. That one misses.
Got the ball where he wanted it, but then got swarmed.
Just over 1.5 minutes have passed in the third quarter. Horford passes to Hauser. 4-3. Good, and it's Horford who picks up the assist. Hauser's got 5 points in the quarter.
You can't lose a shooter like him on the court. The ball will find its way to him, and he will drill a 3 each time.
Great open look there.
That right there, that's the kind of look this system is designed to create.
The Celtics with the lead. Hard to find a season in his career where Horford didn't make an impact, RJ.
One way or another, he's going to help his team win. Still out there doing it and doing it at a high level. He's kind of an ageless wonder.
The Knicks have got 2 of 3 from the floor in this third quarter. And now the Knicks on the break. Just under 2.5 minutes into this third quarter now. Achiuwa with the dunk.
He can really read the floor. Precision pass in rhythm.
Achiuwa against Horford. Here's Pritchard. No made baskets yet. Screen by Horford. Here's Hauser. The three-pointer off the mark.
Shocking that he just bricked that one. The defense got real lucky there.
Outside Tucker. 1:56 left in the third quarter. Achua passes to Tucker. Achua with a screen. They get it back. It's good on the putback. And the Knicks lead by 2.
Oh, just great energy. Stayed with the play all the way through.
Pass to Craig. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock.
Rate of baskets assisted, it's a stat I really like. It tells the story of how well you are playing team offense.
Horford with a steal. Here's Shireman. McBride covers. Here's Hauser. Horford outside for 3. Achua with a rebound. Achua's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Kolek. Fires for 3. Horford pulls it in. Here's Shireman. Here's Hauser. McBride covers. Pass to Shireman. Just 5 on the clock. The 3 from Craig. And it's New York with a rebound. Achua's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Kolek. There's 18 seconds left in the third quarter. On target from range. We've got 13 seconds left in the third. Horford outside. Horford gets it done inside. Right side McBride from downtown. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. We're at the end of the third quarter, and we've still got a close one. New York out it. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Serving it up on a platter, that is a beautiful dish. And 2 teammates on the same page. Woo.
3 tense quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the 4th. The perimeter pair is White and Brown. Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. And it's Holiday in at the 1. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Porzingis against Achua. Porzingis passes to Tatum. The 3 is up. Outside Holiday. Takes the 3. Sinks the tray. And the Celtics lead by 5.
With balance and good rhythm, Holiday serves as an effective catch-and-shoot player.
And Tucker gets it to go.
Cutting into this lead, they're well within striking distance.
A stop or 2 in the next minute or so, and they could even this game up. Great job to keep that one.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
And some changes here for New York. Porzingis sets a screen. There's Tatum with the 3. Pass to Brown. Brown downhill. Here's Porzingis. Right side Brown. Oh, persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot.
There is 0 hesitation from Brown. This man is always ready to fire.
Outside Anunoby. And the foul called on Kristaps Porzingis. That's his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
We're just over a minute and a half now into the 4th. Towns passes to Anunoby. Oh, it's blocked by Porzingis.
Got to be careful shooting around Porzingis. His length is so capable of erasing shots. And that'll fire up your team. Great defensive play at one end and instant offense at the other.
Hart goes in. Out to Bridges. Towns for 3. Boston pulls it in. Holiday's got 4 rebounds in the game. Porzingis passes to Tatum. Back to Porzingis. Pass to Brown. From outside the arc. Downtown, Jaylen Brown.
a consistent shot for him. Brown likes the three.
Outside Anunoby. Will it go? Hart finds Anunoby. Hart with a screen on Brown. Anunoby for three. The rebound by Jason Tatum. Tatum's got 4 rebounds now. Holiday from long range. Nails it from beyond the arc. And the Celtics lead by 12.
They're making it look easy out there, just having fun.
Man, their offense is clicking. Players, coaches, everybody, they are in sync.
Towns. Great D that time from Porzingis. Boston on offense. They're on a 16-3 run. And that's a foul called on OG Anunoby. That's his first foul. We've got 1:55 left to play in the fourth quarter. White, the pass to Tatum. Back to White. Tatum to the rack.
2 extra loud points there by Jason Tatum, sending a message.
Fires from way outside. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Brunson. Here in the fourth quarter, just under 2.5 gone by. And here's Brown for 3. Towns with a rebound. Towns has got 11 rebounds in the game. And Anunoby for 3. Towns outside. Here's the 3. Knocks down the triple.
And that's what makes Towns so dangerous offensively. He's a threat even when he's playing off the ball.
They've got time on their side here, Grant.
And if they're smart, they'll milk the clock a little.
From behind the arc. And Tatum, the bucket on the assist by White. Tatum's got 5 points now this quarter.
Barring a miracle comeback, this one is wrapped up. They were able to control the tempo and flow of the game, and it will end in a victory for the Celtics.
You can score without sharing the ball, but it can be a whole lot easier when guys are assisting one another.
Yeah, they were very patient. They were also unselfish, and ultimately, that's why they were so efficient.
We've come to expect big-time games from him. Just another day at the office for Jason Tatum.
He came up with a bucket every time they needed him to. Great effort on offense, and he was a difference maker.
And the basket by Bridges. 26 seconds left in the fourth quarter. They can simply hold on to the ball here.
No question, B.A. They deserve the win.
And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for New York. They trail by 11. Offensive rebound. So we see Boston get the win here. Even early on in this game, they appeared. All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it.
their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
So a look at our starters for the Knicks. They've got Karl Anthony Towns, Josh Hart out there with OG Anunoby. Then it's Jalen Brunson, and it's Bridges in at the shooting guard. Now Mitchell. After Jalen Brunson missing on that last three-pointer.
He will be unguardable if he starts making shots consistently from this distance. Turn the lights out.
Now here's Anunoby. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession.
New York ball.
Brunson against Garland. Beyond the arc. And it's Jalen Brunson with the three.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
And one thing among many doors that's so impressive about Jalen Brunson, the way he goes to work in the paint. Wow.
Kevin, at his size, you have got to be crafty. You've got to have great footwork and great patience. You've got to be willing to work in a crowd. What he does is really impressive.
Now Brunson following the three-point attempt by Donovan Mitchell. Off the mark with the outside fadeaway.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Boy, how about the blinding speed in transition? Donovan Mitchell, ferocious attacking in the open floor.
Towns, no luck.
Well, defenses are content to give up the mid-range, right? It's not the high percentage restricted area or the three. You can see they're prepared to give up that shot.
Now here's Okoro. Bridges with the steal. Anunoby passes to Hart. Lets it go from deep. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
You can't afford to let Hart get going from deep. He's ready to shoot it when given the opportunity.
And here's Garland for three. Another three for Cleveland.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need him.
Now we'll go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with head coach Kenny Atkinson.
And they're focused on limiting one of the best shooting bigs ever in Karl Anthony Towns. Now, Coach said earlier, Towns is a machine on the offensive end. We'll try to make Cat into a passer, get the ball out of his hand. Let's see if they can accomplish that. Kevin?
Thanks, David.
Who says the mid-range is dead? If the defense gives it, Darius Garland will take it.
Hart with a screen on Garland. Here's Brunson on the money from 12 feet away. Brunson's got 5 points so far.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
Okoro shot is off. The Knicks have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Got that one up quick. 6 points for him.
Very hard to deal with the quickness of OG Anunoby. Gets into his pull-up game with no hesitation.
Mobley finds Mitchell. Hart against Mobley. The shot, no good. Some solid defense from Hart. For the three. The kick out to Anunoby. No good on the triple. And so it's Mobley now who brings it up for the Cleveland Cavaliers. They trail by 3. Mitchell wide open. No good from outside. New York's gotten a lot of shots off from three-point land in the first quarter, but they're only 4 of 9. Here's Brunson. It's in. That's his third field goal of the game. He's 3 for 5.
Yeah, don't let Brunson's size fool you. This guy operates consistently on the interior.
That's good for Mitchell on the assist by Garland.
I'll tell you, you are playing with fire anytime you leave this guy open, and they just got burned.
Brunson, good.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
Garland kicks to Allen. Garland against Anunoby. Garland looking it over. Knicks with the rebound. Outside, Towns. Anunoby in the corner. Towns the screen. Anunoby, good. Anunoby's got 9 points.
Well, you like the decision-making from OG Anunoby right there. Picking quality shots, gets into his jump shooting motion. Well done.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
The Cavaliers shooting their first free throw of the game here. A 3 off the inbound. Beats the buzzer. Wow!
Yeah, that's just an amazing play to get that ball off in time.
Great awareness.
And so it's New York heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. And their three-point shooting has paved the way for them. We'll get you back to the action after this break. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And guys, what's your take on the Knicks so far?
Just stretching out the floor that first. They had the defense scrambling.
And that was obviously the plan coming in. Now the big question, can they maintain that efficiency from range as the game goes along?
A loaded backcourt. It's Garland and Mitchell. A lot of length inside. It's Mobley and Allen in the post. And it's Okoro in at the small forward. So that's who's on the floor for the Cavaliers. And here's Mitchell from the arc. And Karl-Anthony Towns pulls it down.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
When it comes to the game's elite scorers, Doris, Donovan Mitchell is certainly on that list.
Kevin, there's no question about it. He's a proven playoff performer, a natural leader who doesn't mind a team leaning into his scoring ability. And the beauty is he can do it in a lot of different ways.
On the wing, Anunoby. Takes the 3. It's good. With that basket, he's now 5 for 9.
What you appreciate is OG Anunoby's detailed and patient offensive approach, simply taking what the defense gives him.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. I don't mean style points. Hart, that's good.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
And stolen by Anunoby. And a fast break now for New York. From the corner. The offensive rebound. Hart the pass to Brunson. Garland against Bridges. Just 5 to shoot. Goes back up. And again, it's New York. The Cavaliers trail by 13. Mitchell outside. Mobley sets the pick for Mitchell. Shoots from the corner. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. 14 points for Donovan Mitchell. For New York, they've gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Anunoby outside. Pass to Hart. Back to Anunoby. Bridges sets the screen for Anunoby. Drains the three-pointer. Anunoby's got the lead up to 14 now for New York. So, Doris, here's a question for you. Should the NBA widen the court? Because the corner 3 now is such a staple in these offenses.
That's exactly right. One of the most coveted, Kevin, because the proximity of the shot is so desirable. Here's what we know unequivocally. There's no way they're going to widen the court because it would take out some of the money-making courtside seats. That's not happening.
Mobley finds Okoro. Back to Mobley. It's tipped. Here's Mitchell. That's good, and it's Garland with the assist. Garland's got his 5th assist in this one.
Boy, the floater game from Donovan Mitchell is effortless, folks.
Nice. Brunson working inside.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
Mitchell outside. It's Allen on the wing. Puts up a deep three. It's rebounded by New York. Towns has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Pass to Hart, three-pointer. Evan Mobley with the rebound. And so it's Mobley now who brings it up for the Cleveland Cavaliers. It's a 14-point game. Here's Allen. Brunson covering. Allen passes to Mobley. Releases. It's rebounded by New York. Towns has got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Bridges against Garland. Now here's Brunson. Not a lot of room. New York now working with the new shot clock. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Anunoby with the screen for Hart. 6 on the shot clock. That's miss number 3 for him. Now 2 for 5 from the floor. Mitchell outside. Puts it up. The Cavaliers again can't hit. And so it's the New York Knicks with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
Please turn your attention to second quarter. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drum roll, please. They're measuring up the shot.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. One guy who's been getting it done is OG Anunoby.
Yeah, he's just been raining down on him from deep here. Talk about dialed in.
Well, he's in a great rhythm, looking comfortable and confident.
And New York, looking at who they've got. You got DeLon Wright. E.J. Tucker is out there with Precious Achiuwa. Then there's Miles McBride. And it's Kolek in at the point. Tucker can't get it to go.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
They get a hand on it and stolen by Wright. From downtown. The shot that time not on target. The Cavaliers trail by 12. Wade kicks to Hunter. And stolen by Wright. And he can't bank that one in. Now Cleveland shooting 43% from the floor. Hunter the pass to Thompson. Hunter sets a screen for Thompson. Off the mark, get a chance to trim it to single digits. New York leading by 12. Here's Achiuwa. They get it again. Here's the three. A three-pointer is right on target. Achiuwa's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Now here's Wade. Guarded by Tucker. Wade passes to Hunter and stolen by Wright. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Out to the right wing. Here's McBride. And it's off from three-point range. And Hunter, here we go. That one good for 2.
With a number of moves and shots to choose from, Hunter is scary. Nice bucket there.
Shoots the three. Tucker can't get it to go. The Cavaliers trail by 13. Wade laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Great chemistry between two teammates. Love the passing.
Here's Kolek. He's covered by Thompson. Pass to Achiuwa. Bangs home the trifecta. Achiuwa's got 6 in the quarter.
Well, the defense daring him to shoot, and he makes them pay for their disrespect.
Wade for 3. Knocks down the 3-ball.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Here's Kolek. Kept alive by New York. Cavaliers have gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. Hunter, the pass to Jerome.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Back to Hunter. Here's the screen to the inside. Shot clock at 5. But on that shot, with that, the Knick lead is cut down now to just 9 in the bucket from Wade.
You know, he's been giving them points, but they still can't seem to get over the hump tonight.
Here's Tucker. Good on the triple. Tucker's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Boy, major defensive lapse on that trip, leaving him all alone in three-point territory, and he drills it.
Jerome, another 3 for Cleveland.
I'll tell you, he'll take that all day, every day. I'm sure he was shocked to find himself that wide open.
Right outside. There's a screen by Achua. And again, New York with the triple.
Boy, DeLon Wright with great range. What a shot.
Thompson looking for an opening. There's 57 seconds left to play here in the third. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. Three-pointer, Wade, and Wright pulls it down.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Here's Tucker. And Dean Wade gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
Team foul.
We've got 33 seconds left to play in the third. Tucker a screen for 3. And again, New York with the triple.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Here's Jerome, defended by McBride. He gets it up. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's New York riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. They've been sharp. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Hunter is out there with Wade. Then there's Tristan Thompson. Then it's Max Strus. And it's Jerome in at the point guard. So that's who's on the floor for the Cavaliers. A nice shot by Tucker.
Well, yeah, you have to make greater effort than that defensively. You know what he can do from range.
Well, to me, that's just inexcusable. You start to wonder how much they really want this basketball game.
And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
And that is just a deflating error on his part.
Well, I think it kills your energy, and it certainly kills your momentum.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Cavaliers. And it's Brunson missing. And so it's Mobley now who brings it up for Cleveland. They trail by 18. 2 points. That one goes.
Boy, how about the nimbleness to overcome the defense inside. Darius Garland makes his opportunities.
Here's Brunson. The kick out to Towns. Bridges outside. Stolen by Mitchell. That's in. He's 7 for 12 now in the game.
Well, we talk about Donovan Mitchell as an exceptional two-way talent. No better example than right there.
Anunoby outside. It's tipped. It's stolen by Allen. And here's Mitchell from the arc. It's rebounded by Towns. Towns has got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. From deep. And again, it's the Knicks missing. The Cavaliers trail by 14. Bridges with the steal. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Cavaliers with the rebound. Allen's got his 5th rebound in this one. Deflects the pass. Bridges with the steal. From the arc. Drills the three-pointer. And the Knicks lead by 17. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Knicks.
I like their defense tonight, and we don't talk about that side of the ball enough. You can really change a game when you get a bunch of steals and get out in transition.
The other thing for this team today, they have a bunch of second chance points. They're turning misses into makes.
Hart with a screen on Garland. Latre. Garland with the rebound. Cleveland's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Mobley a screen on Bridges. Mitchell against Bridges. And he gets the bucket. Mitchell's got 20 points.
See, what a good feel for what the defense is conceding. Donovan Mitchell very willing to get to that mid-range jumper.
Towns finds Anunoby. And here is Hart. Back to Anunoby. Down to 5 on the shot clock. That shot wide open.
Heavy incoming from beyond the arc, a key part of their initiative this entire fourth quarter.
It feels like they have worked their perimeter game to perfection. Swinging the ball, cashing in from the outside. What a performance. Well, use the pick and going right to the cup. I love the aggressiveness.
And that one's good. Brunson.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for New York.
Tonight, they seem committed to the three-point shot.
That was the bread and butter. Fortunately, they made enough of those, but sometimes it was quantity over quality.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for OG Anunoby.
Boy, forget about his stats for a second, right? What impressed me most was his stamina. It seemed like he was involved in every play. And with that kind of activity, I don't know how you don't wear down.
Well, this is what they needed earlier on. At some point, it's too little, too late.
Yeah, but then again, this run came against a team that may have felt it had already won, and you get the sense it let its guard down.
Out to Bridges. Anunoby with the screen for Bridges. On the wing, Anunoby. Covered by Mitchell. Anunoby, good.
Well, they knew it would be a hostile environment, and they rose to the challenge.
And sometimes when everyone's rooting against you, it seems to bring the unit closer together. It certainly did tonight.
And so it's New York with it. They led by as many as 18 points. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Stolen by Brunson. From deep three-point territory. Misses there. So no problem for New York as they get the win. A solid win on the road for them.
Yeah, these are two teams that dare you to bring the ball at them. They both feast on the defensive side, so don't expect any scoring records broken in this one.
Looking at the starting five for Boston. The two Jays, Brown at the 3 and Tatum at the 4. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. And it's Porzingis in at the 5.
Well, you know, when Brown's hitting the 3, it really opens up this offense.
Now here's Garland. Launches it. Hits the trifecta.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
It's Brown on the wing, guarded by Okoro. Brown, that's good.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
And the Cavaliers with possession here. After the basket by Boston. Tatum passes to Porzingis. There's the triple. And the rebound goes to Cleveland.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
I was able to talk with Kenny Atkinson for a minute. The main topic of conversation, how they plan to guard Jason Tatum. We want to try to make Jason a jump shooter. Avoid fouling, don't let him go downhill, but JT will get his, so let's hope we limit him. Well, that's never easy to do, guys.
Great work, Allie, thanks. One thing you can say about Boston, Grant, they know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency of winning is just impressive, both now and throughout their entire history. They are really the gold standard in this league, and it's mostly because of great draft picks and great trades.
The drive by Mobley, and it's in there.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Now here's Holiday. Pass to Brown. From deep. Just 5 on the clock. Driving inside. And he comes up with a bucket.
Boy, I'll tell you, when Holiday shifts gears, he quickly leaves people behind.
Garland for 3. And it falls. 2 for 3 from the field so far.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Tatum, a screen on Garland. From deep three-point land. The shot by Holiday, no good.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself.
Mitchell with the ball. Guarded now by Holiday. Allen finds Mobley. Ooh, nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup.
Well, the defense did everything they could there, but his skills as a finisher, wow.
Tatum, a screen on Garland. Here's Holiday. And Holiday powers it home.
Well, if you give Holiday a crease, that'll happen. I mean, he just blew the doors off the defense.
Garland against Holiday. Okoro on the wing. Allen a screen. Offline with a 3. And it's Tatum with the ball for Boston. They trail by 1. Here's Brown. Here he goes. The rebound by Allen.
Come on, you can't be doing that. I know these guys want to put on a show, but you can't pass up scoring opportunities.
With the defense trying to protect the interior, he pulls at the arc and drains it.
Tatum, a screen on Mitchell. White. Oh, rejected by Allen.
Yeah, terrific block by Allen, making his presence felt on the defensive end.
Mitchell misses. Celtics trail by 4. Oh, a deep 3 from Tatum. Again, the miss by Boston. Cleveland has gone 3 of 7 from beyond the arc in the first. The 3 from Mitchell. Tatum pulls it in. Tatum's got 4 rebounds now. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Outside Porzingis. Tatum, a screen on Mobley. For 3, Porzingis. He drains out one after 2 misses. Now 1 for 3.
Few bigs stretch the floor like Porzingis. He can be just deadly from the arc.
Mobley, a screen on White. Rebounded by the Celtics. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Cleveland on top, leading by a point. And we'll bring... And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead in this second quarter. A chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Cavaliers.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
They've also been quick to set up their teammates, wasting no time making the extra pass for the open look.
At the 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Mobley and Allen. Garland and Mitchell, the talented 1 and 2. And it's Okoro in at the 3. That's the group for Cleveland, getting going in the second. Porzingis in the post. He's against Allen. Porzingis misses. Cleveland leading by 4. Okoro passes to Allen. The 3 from Mitchell. It's rebounded by Jaylen Brown. And for the Celtics, they're shooting only 36% so far in this game. White for 3. Kept alive. The kick to Tatum. Hey, strong move, Tatum.
And sometimes you forget how long Tatum is, and he's terrific at using this to his advantage inside.
You know, Grant, in interviews, Jason Tatum often seems understated and soft-spoken, but that's just him, isn't it?
That's true, B.A. Tatum has a quiet confidence about him. He doesn't feel the need to be loud or act out. He lets his work on the court do all the talking for him.
From deep. And the rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Mitchell deciding where to go with it. Pass to Garland. White against Mitchell. Allen with a screen on White. Now Mobley. Over Porzingis. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up. Kristaps Porzingis picks one up. Stand back in your early coaching days. What was the dynamic working with the front office?
Well, I was in good situations, and so you need the coach and the front office in sync, where you're all working toward the same goals and you understand what the process is going to look like.
And how in sync were you when Stan was the coach and Stan was the front office?
We had problems then because the coach didn't like the front office very often, and the front office was always unhappy with the coach.
Nice. Here's Tatum. And the Celtics tack on two more.
Love to see that kind of activity. He just makes things happen.
Pass to Allen. And stolen by Porzingis. White with it. Picked up by Allen. Allen against White. Outside Tatum. Three-pointer off the mark.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
Mobley and screen on Brown. From behind the arc. Cleveland again missing. And so it's Brown with it. He brings it up for the Boston Celtics. They've only allowed 5 points in the quarter. And he gets the bucket.
And when he was younger, Tatum would often try to do it all himself. But now he wants to keep everybody involved.
Garland against Holiday. From deep, Mobley gets the three ball to go. Mobley's got 5 points in the quarter.
Yeah, showing off that ability to stretch the floor. Seems like everyone is a threat at the arc these days.
There's Tatum with the three. And the rebound goes to Cleveland. 1:14 left in the second quarter. The three from Okoro. Porzingis grabs the board. Boston's gone just 1 of 5 so far this quarter from three. Porzingis with a screen on Mobley. Launches a three. JT for three.
You know, this team relies on Tatum hitting those shots, and that's why he's such a high-volume three-point shooter.
Allen with a screen on White. Mitchell, the pass to Allen. Connects from downtown.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Oh, a deep three from Tatum. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Cleveland has got 6 out of 15 threes so far in this game. From deep, Mitchell. And the Cavaliers, another three.
Mitchell has everything, including that three-point shot.
Celtics trail by 3. Brown, a screen on Mobley. There's Tatum with the three. The rebound by Garland. Pass to Mitchell. From outside the arc. The shot no good. With 1 on the clock. Doesn't go for him. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. The Cavaliers on top, up by 3. And we'll be right back after halftime to get the third quarter underway. As we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. Evan Mobley really making a difference here.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
On the floor for Boston, Torrey Craig out there with Al Horford. Then there's Peyton Pritchard, and it's Hauser in at small forward. On target from range.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Hunter. And finished off by Hunter.
Oh, not the defensive effort they need to cut it to the lead.
Boy, good call. You have to at least try to protect the rim.
Yeah, I'd consider calling timeout right away after that one. The defense has to be better there.
The Cavaliers lead by 3. Here's Thompson. Pass to Jerome. Lets it fly. And he gets the friendly roll as that one goes. Jerome's got his first basket.
And clearly he needs no time to warm up.
Horford in the high post. Working on Thompson. Horford can't hit.
He'll probably hear about that shot selection when he gets back to the bench. Maybe not their best option there.
Thompson, no good. Celtics trail by 5. Screen by Horford. Pass to Shireman. And he drives in. And that one drops. Shireman's got 7 points in the game.
And defensively, that's just not going to cut it.
On the wing, Wade, defended by Craig. He buries it from 3. And the Cavaliers lead by 6.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest at the arc.
Assertive move. You can tell the game's heating up a bit.
Cleveland has gone 2 of 3 from outside so far in the third quarter. Pass to Wade. Thompson, a screen on Craig. Wade misses. Celtics trail by 4. Here's Shireman. Shoots. They grab their own miss. Stolen by Thompson. Jerome passes to Hunter. The 3 is up. Thompson scanning the floor. Pass to Merrill. Thompson with a screen. Clock at 6. 3-pointer. The shot by Merrill, no good.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Beyond the arc. Pritchard, no good. Cleveland leading by 4. Here's Hunter, and the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. That one on Craig. Stan, LeBron James is widely regarded as one of the most intelligent players in the league. Who else stands out to you as far as basketball IQ?
No, Brian, that's a tough question. There's so many of them. Nikola Jokic, Luka Doncic. There's just so many intelligent guys in this league. Fans that think it's all about athleticism don't understand how intelligent the best players are.
And out of bounds, Boston will have it. Celtics trail by 6. 1:25 left in the third. Here's Pritchard. Fires in the triple. Pritchard's got his first 3 points of the game.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
Anything you can do, I can do better. That one felt a little personal right there.
Well, and as a fan of the game, you have to love these back-and-forth moments.
Here's Craig. And that one's good. Craig's gotten his second bucket of the game.
It's those kind of passes that bring up the entire team's confidence.
Wade. And a miss there on the triple. The Celtics have gotten 6 of 10 shots to fall in this third quarter. Pass to Craig. Out to Horford. Oh, deflected. It's stolen by Hunter. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Knocks down the triple. Hunter's got 7 points in the game.
Well, that's just poor transition defense. He's too good a shooter to leave open out there.
Craig with a screen. Here's Shireman. Tried to come right back with a three of his own, but it's no good.
If you can, use up the clock en route to the last shot.
Yeah, but if you get an open look, you got to think about taking it no matter how much time is left on the clock.
Offensive rebound. And so it's Cleveland closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. Their work from distance has been impressive. And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth quarter. Here's Pritchard. Garland and Mitchell, the talented 1 and 2. At the 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Mobley and Allen. And it's Okoro in at the 3, the small forward. So that's who's on the floor for the Cavs. Pass to Horford. 5 on the clock. Here's Hauser. Screen by Horford. From downtown. Hauser can't get it to go. Here we go, one-on-one. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Cavaliers.
Well, they've been hitting threes at a high clip, and the defense hasn't done enough to challenge them at the line. They need to close out and run them off the three.
Yeah, one thing I think they should continue doing is attacking the break, because right now, this defense has no answer for them when they do this.
And Horford gets it to go.
And hey, I mean, Horford can make this shot. Give him any breathing room, and he's always ready to shoot.
Mitchell finds Garland. Here's Hauser. Down low. Craig, good.
And you want him taking good shots at this point in the game, and that one was easy.
Well, with him, he's dangerous because he's so confident. He wants to deliver in these moments.
Mobley passes to Garland. Lets the three fly. Hits the three-pointer.
When Garland finds a three-point shot, he takes it. Supremely confident in his abilities.
Allen against Horford. That three off target. Had some space there after the pump fake. A good look from Allen. And there are the Cavaliers with another bucket.
Well, he's shooting a high percentage, but not taking enough shots, in my opinion. He needs to be more aggressive on offense.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. He clearly wants to talk it over and make sure everyone is focused. Got a line change here for Boston. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Over the break, I listened in on Joe Mazzulla's huddle. First and foremost, he wants to see more points on the break. He asked his team, where's the urgency? We know what we can do in transition. Now let's go out and do it. We'll see if they can pick up the tempo, guys.
As always, Allie, we thank you. Here's Porzingis. That's short off the rim.
Yeah, well, that's a shot the defense is probably going to let him keep taking.
And so the ball out of bounds. Brown touched it last.
Well, a risky pass there, and if you ask me, they're lucky that the defense didn't steal that one.
Boston on D. 9-point game. Here's Garland on the take. From deep, Mobley.
Yeah, with his length and athleticism, Tatum has the tools to be a lockdown defender.
Boston again missing.
Yeah, he's just not himself right now. He's getting decent opportunities like this one, but just failing to convert.
Garland for three. They get the rebound. Out to Mobley. Jacks up a three, and it's Jared Allen with the foul. That's his first foul of the game. Celtics trail by 9. Over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. No problems knocking that one down.
Well, that's just excellent offense. If the defense is giving that up, you've got to take it.
Mobley on a screen. Here's Mitchell. Boston pulls it in. Porzingis has got his 5th rebound in this one. There's Tatum with the three. He's rebounded by Okoro. The Cavaliers lead by 6. 3 on 3. Brown with the steal. Oh, a deep three from Tatum. He's rebounded by Okoro. Okoro's got 4 rebounds now. Out left to the wing. for three. And Mobley good for three. And the Cavaliers lead by 9.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
Here's Tatum. The rebound by Allen. Allen's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. From deep, Mitchell. And Cleveland another three.
Intelligent decision by Mitchell, using the pick and roll to break up the defense and get open.
And it's Holiday with the ball for the Boston Celtics. A minute 9 left in the fourth quarter. Tatum a screen on Allen. Porzingis for three. Yes! Kristaps showing some range.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Mitchell against White. Lets it fly. And it's Mitchell, that time on the assist by Okoro.
That's an inspired ball club. They fought hard, and during the most important moments, they made big plays.
Yeah, they saved their best basketball for this home stretch, and they certainly earned this one.
Porzingis gets some space and buries the jumper. There's 31 seconds left to play in the fourth. Outside Mitchell. And it's all from three-point range.
At this point, it just feels like it's over.
Yeah, time is not on their side. The score is not on their side. Nothing you can do.
And stolen by Holiday. And so it's Cleveland winning this one. This one was a fun one to watch. They were clearly in the driver's seat down the stretch.
They really